Welcome, my dear students, for the new session in the measurement of the flow. Okay, today's our topic is the electromagnetic flow meter, which is a very important device for the measurement of the flow, my dear students. Okay, and I told you that these flow meters utilize the principle of electromagnetic induction. Okay, so on which principle these electromagnetic flow meters works means works upon the principle of electromagnetic Faraday's law of a electromagnetic okay induction. Okay, this is the general, that is electromagnetic flow meter physical device, and this particular one, okay, this particular one is the measurement of the liquid that is flowing through the device, my dear students. And here it is coming out. Okay, and this particular device, this one is called okay, generally the physical device for the measurement of the pressure of the liquid, my dear students. Okay, now this is the physical device we are going to study, okay, in general, okay, in detail about the internal architecture and what principle does the electromagnetic flow meter works, and all these things we are going to discuss in a detailed manner, my dear students. Okay, I told you that this is the electromagnetic flow meter where the flow of the liquid is going to be taking place. Okay, now I am going to explain the internal architecture of these particular electromagnetic flow meter in a detailed manner, my dear students. Okay, now as I told you that the basic principle of operation of these particular electromagnetic flow meter works upon the Faraday's law of electromagnetic induction. It works upon the principle of Faraday's law of electromagnetic induction. Okay, now what is the Faraday's law of electromagnetic induction says means whenever a conductor cuts the lines of magnetic field, and EMF is induced. Okay, that I'm going to explain in a detailed manner. Okay, whenever a conductor cuts the lines, okay, the lines of this magnetic field, and EMF is going to be induced or generated. And second law says that whatever the EMF that is generated, the magnitude of that EMF is proportional to the rate at which the lines are cut. Okay, so when if I'm going to take any particular conductor material that cuts the magnetic field, then EMF is induced. At the same time, whatever the EMF induced is proportional to the rate of these particular lines cut, and whatever the EMF that is cutting, that is plane, that EMF you are going to get is perpendicular to the plane of the conductor and magnetic field, my dear students. Whatever the EMF you are going to get. Okay, now I am going to depict you these Faraday's laws in a detailed manner. Okay, in a detailed concept, my dear students. Okay, now here I am going to take it okay, a general, okay, a loop of wire. Okay, I'm going to take it a loop of wire. Okay, where I'm going to take it in a detailed manner. Okay, this is a loop of wire in which I'm taking, this is a general loop of wire. Okay, in this loop of wire, and I'm going to keep let x l is this the width, this is l is the width of this loop of the wire, and here I am going to take it is x is the general, the distance in which it is moving. It is the presence in between the fields. Okay, it is present in between the fields of this is north side, north one, and this itself I am going to keep it on the south one. Okay, I'm going to keep it as a south side. Okay, now this rectangular loop of wire, this is the rectangular loop of wire, okay, of which is placed in a uniform magnetic field B, that I'm going to keep in the presence of the magnetic field, that is in B, my dear students. Okay, and it is at right angles to the loop, and this particular field is right angle to the loop. Okay, here I'm maintaining a right angle to this particular loop, my dear students. Okay, and the because of this field of B produced in the gap of a large magnet. Okay, I kept this particular wire in between these particular, then it acts like a electromagnet, my dear students. It acts like a electromagnet. Okay, now this loop, this particular loop, I am going to move in the direction, okay, in this direction with a constant velocity v. I'm going to move this particular velocity in the direction v, my dear students, okay. Then the flux that is enclosed, whatever the flux that is going to be enclosed, that I am going to give you, and the flux enclosed is equal to phi b, equal to, that is, which is equal to b into lx. Generally, what is the formula for the flux? Flux equal to, generally, what is the formula for b? Flux equal to b, okay. Generally, we are going to take it as a b equal to, what is the formula? Phi a, okay. So b into, that is equal to, flux equal to b into a. But what is the area? Area is equal to this length into this width, x, my dear students, okay. And this flux generated, phi b equal to b into l into x, my dear students. So this is the flux that is generated. As what I told you, see, when I'm going to tell you itself is, I told you what is the condition. Whenever a conductor cuts the lines of magnetic field, an induced EMF is generated, okay. So whenever this conductor is cutting this particular magnetic field, then EMF is generated. That EMF later I'm going to tell you. And what are the magnitude of EMF is generated is nothing but is proportional to what I told you, the rate at which the lines are cut. And whatever the EMF that is generated is plane of the conductor in the magnetic field. Whatever the EMF that is generated here, that is perpendicular to the EMF is okay, perpendicular to the plane of the conductor and the magnetic field. It is perpendicular, okay. Now here, that is the point which I had tell over here, okay. Now here, what I am going to tell you itself is, see, the the area itself is lx. Lx is the area of the part of the loop, and b is not zero, because b is present, the magnetic field is present. And EMF is equal to formula E, that is induced EMF generated, equal to d phi b by dt. But what is the formula for phi b? Phi b equal to b into a. But what is b? B equal to a is equal to, what is the formula? L into x, that is equal to bl into dx by dt. What is dx by dt? Dx by dt is nothing but b into l into v. What is that v? V is the rate. V equal to the change in the distance by the change in this one, okay. Then you are getting blv volt, my dear student. That is, units is induced EMF, units are volts, where b is the flux density in Tesla, and L is the length in meters, and V is the velocity in meters per second, my dear students, okay. The formula itself is B into L into V, units are volt, okay. Now the induced EMF which I told you is this one. As I told you, that electromagnetic flow meter works upon the principle of electromagnetic induction, okay. So based upon this particular induction, okay, we had seen that what is L? L is the general length of the conductor, okay. And the induced EMF always is perpendicular to the both V and B and V. Already I told you that it is proportional to both B and V, my dear students, okay. As I already told you that it is perpendicular, okay. Already I told you the previous, okay, that is a slide. It is perpendicular. The induced EMF is perpendicular to the both to the direction of the magnetic field and the direction of the, that is, motion of the conductor. Now I am going to take a cylindrical jet, okay. Now I am going to explain the same concept using a cylindrical jet with a uniform velocity profile traveling in a magnetic field. Then what is happening? Let me depict you in a detailed manner, my dear students. So now I have taken here a cylindrical jet. This is a cylindrical jet, okay. This one itself is a cylindrical jet. Using this particular cylindrical jet of conducting fluid, I am conducting, this is with a conducting fluid with a uniform velocity profile. It is having a, this is a uniform velocity profile traveling in a magnetic field B, traveling in a magnetic field B. An electric field will act on it. Then what happens? An electric field will be acting on it and will polarize the production of the positive and negative ions, okay. Because of this particular electric field, it consists of the both positive ions and negative ions you are going to get, okay. And because of these ions forced to the opposite sides of the jet, okay, these okay, these ions forced the opposite sides of the jet. Okay, it forces the opposite sides of the jet, my dear students. It forces the opposite sides of the jet, my dear students. Okay, and it will give rise to one potential. Okay, and it will give rise to the potential. Okay, and that particular potential is very very important. And here I have taken all these particular parameters in a detailed manner. What are the potential I am going to get? That particular potential formula which I am depicting you now. Okay, now here what I have taken, a permanent magnet or electromagnet. It may be AC or DC around, as already I have defined this construction. Okay, and the conducting liquid is flowing. Okay, now two electrodes. Okay, a permanent magnet or electromagnetic. It may be neither AC or DC grounded, and a non-conducting pipe. Both are present. Yes, both are present here. Okay, here the both are present. Permanent here itself. Okay, both are here. I'm going to take it. Okay, so next one is two electrodes. Okay, I have taken the two electrodes. These are acting as, this is one electrode and this is the another electrode. Where is another electrode? This is the another electrode. Okay, and here as a conducting liquid flows through the insulated tube with a velocity v. It is moving with a velocity of a v, my dear students. Okay, and here what is happening means, one more important thing that I would like to bring it to you itself is, it may be considered as a series of flat conductor disks passing through the magnetic field. Okay, so this is considered as a, that is. Okay, now I'm going to explain this concept over here. Okay, a permanent magnet. Okay, I have taken the permanent magnet. These are the exciting coils. Generally, this is electrode B here. Electrode A will be on this particular side. Okay, these coils are exciting. This is the north side. If I'm going to take it as a south side. Okay, two sides I'm going to take it. And I kept this cylindrical jet. I'm kept this cylindrical jet, and it is moving with a velocity v. Then what happens? See, the eddy currents, because of the eddy currents, it causes the changes in the magnetic field. Okay, that's the reason I have explained this concept over here. Okay, so what I have explained, that is a permanent magnet or electromagnet. It may be AC or DC grounded, or two electrodes are inserted in the tube. Okay, and the two electrodes are inserted in their surfaces being flush with the inner surface of the tube with contact liquids. Okay, see here two. Okay, what I have taken, two electrodes I have taken, and these two electrodes are going to be, okay, here I have connected this one and this one. Okay, over here. Okay, next third one itself, what I am going to tell you is the series of flat conductor disc passing through the magnetic field. Okay, see here, series of the flat conductors that is passing through the magnetic field, my dear students. This is a physical device. Now what would the potential that I am going to get, see from that particular, okay, expression and that particular potential, you have to know that the formula. What is the formula? Suppose inside the conducting, inside the the cylindrical jet, the liquid is moving with the, okay, the liquid is moving, and here it is the volume flow rate of the liquid is qv. And what is the formula for qv? The volume flow rate is equal to a into v, my dear students. Okay, and here, but what I'm going to take it, this will be in liters. Okay, so I need to take within the liters, that is equal to qv into 10 power minus 3 into is equal to, here a is equal to, this is pi r square, but the diameter itself is a equal to pi r square, but here r equal to, okay, so what is r equal to, here I'm going to 2l. Okay, 2l equal to r. Okay, r equal to, sorry if I'm going to take it, there is eraser, here I'm going to take it, r equal to l by 2. Okay, therefore substitute r here, the value that is pi l square by 4, then bring back v outside. V is equal to, this side you have to multiply, you are getting this one. Now substitute in the formula, e equal to, I told you the formula. Okay, what is the formula? Already I have defined the formula over here. The formula which I have defined is here, my dear students, b into l into v. Substitute here, that is the formula, bl into dx by dt. Substitute here the formula of here. Okay, now that is equal to b into l into v. Substitute, then substituting e formula is equal to b into l into v. Now substitute the velocity formula here, then you are getting this particular formula. Okay, now whatever the EMF is measured by the two electrodes built on the non-magnetic length of the pipe, my dear students, and an alternating magnetic field is used to avoid the permanent polarization, my dear students. Okay, this is regarding the general construction and the mathematical formulas you are going to get based upon this one. We are going to see the numerical in the next section. Okay, now here what I'm going to tell you, this is the electromagnetic. Okay, another type of electromagnetic, that is with the electromagnetic vessel. This is a thin tube. Okay, here the two electrodes I have taken, so it is present in the presence of magnetic field. This is the north pole and this is a south pole. So what are the potential you are getting? The potential you are getting outside, my dear students. Okay, now what are the advantages of these electromagnetic flow meter? Means it gives accurate results and it has to work for the longer periods of time. It is very simple in nature and rugged in construction. The response is very good, my dear students. Okay, and it is most that is expensive and not suitable for the conducting fluids, my dear students. Okay, so with that we have completed about this particular session, and the final applications are so for what purpose we are going to use the electromagnetic flow meter. Means it is used for the measurement of flow velocity and volume measurements of the slurry liquids or corrosive acids or sewage and detergents, greasy and sticky fluids. Means see, it is not only used for the measurement of the flow of the fluids only. Okay, general fluids. It can be also used for the measurement of the dirty liquids or slurry liquids or mud liquids or corrosive acids also. Sometimes some sewage also, using this particular electromagnetic flow meter. Okay, so about this electromagnetic flow meter is finished. In the next session, I'm going for the numerical on this particular electromagnetic flow meter, my dear students. Okay, thank you.